Hello, and welcome to episode 18 of the Not Okay, It's Okay podcast. This is your safe space to not be okay and share about it. And Rashidah and I are here to offer our support and our truth for all of you out there dealing with what life throws at us
on a daily.
So already we are giggling. Hello, Rashidah.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I felt like, like when you're in school, when you're like young and in school and they tell you like, okay, it's quiet time. And then it's like you have that student that's just like still talking. That was me. I was still talking.
That was me. That's why we're sisters from another mister. That was me. So yeah, okay, that's why we were giggling first. So today, episode 18, and this episode will wrap season 1 of Not Okay, which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
So today we are talking about managing consumption on social media.
Yeah, disconnect to reconnect.
Yeah, this has been coming up a lot. A lot of people are talking about it, and I think it's become so big, like such a big thing, because due to the pandemic, due to the fact that people are home more, have more of the time, don't have their boss kind of breathing down their neck, and they can kind of be, doing their work and being on social media and all of that stuff. So we thought it would be a good thing to talk about today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important. I mean, for myself, this is like really tough to do, because I'm a mom and, I'm like on my phone and waiting for emails and work emails and friend texting. There's like just so much going on that is hard to,
Yeah, I agree with you. And there's a lot of FOMO also. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Aisha. Yeah, there's a lot of that like fear of missing out too. That happens. I know it does for me. I'm on everybody knows I'm on a group chat with my girls, and like I constantly I see it out of the corner of my eye, the active chat, and I'm like, what am I missing? What's going on? They're laughing. I got to catch up. So there's that pressure. I totally feel you on that.
It's a lot. And I just think about like the journey, right? Like, because, we've talked about this on like previous episodes about like the evolution of like this 21st century technology. Like I remember payphones.
Same. I just saw one the other day.
Where?
I think it was actually outside Ming's studio. Outside, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's out there. I didn't get close enough to see if it was just like the skeleton, the outside of one, or the inside. But there is one outside of a shared universe, I believe.
It made me think like a little spooky too, like payphones. Like if payphones were like here now during the pandemic, can you imagine?
They wouldn't.
Nobody cleaned. Who cleaned those payphones?
Nobody. Oh, nobody. So now we don't have payphones. We have really anything we could ever need at the tip of our fingers. iPhones, any smartphone, tablets, right? iPads, tablets. Yep, computers, desktop computers. Laptop computers. Everything is so, just right here, literally at our reach. So that makes it difficult. So let's talk about consumption, right? So we just said where we're consuming, and also the TV, we're consuming a lot of media that way as well, the news and that kind of stuff. So passive consumption versus active consumption.
Well, I mean, passive is basically, it's, looking at other people's social media, right? So sometimes with that, we're looking to, we're scrolling to see, what is it?
Just doing that.
Scrolling, I tend to do that a lot.
Scrolling with the homie. Who's scrolling?
Yeah, scrolling. And which, and I think we're going to get into like just kind of like how that can be harmful in a sense. And then the opposite, and then there's that active social media where it's like, you're constantly posting, you're putting pics up, you're putting videos up, you're putting updates up,
and then it becomes like, there's nothing, first of all, the overarching thing, like we don't want to demonize social media, right? Yeah. Because I think, let's face it, we all enjoy, I know I do, enjoy it to some degree. Mm-hmm. I know that it frustrates me also, because I know how, and I think you would speak to this too, in that you and I are working on like handling social media for our podcast. Yeah. And that's, it's frustrating. And time consuming. Yeah. So passive is kind of like, we're just going about the day, checking in on friends, seeing what they're, looking at our, if we're on a Facebook thing, we're looking at just what comes up for us. What do they call that? Our feed. The feed. Okay. Yeah. And now, like, I know with TikTok, there's the For You page. So that's just what comes up. Not on TikTok.
Not on. Someone just asked me that today. They're like, "Are you on TikTok?" And I'm like, "No. Like, should I be on TikTok? Is that?"
I have to tell you, I am. Hey, Joy.
Hey.
I am really liking TikTok right now, and I'll tell you why. I don't have any social connections on there. It's me, myself, and all of these strangers. And what I'm digging about TikTok, and it's funny because I was having this conversation with one of my 20-something clients, this just really intelligent girl, and she was sharing about something. I'm like, we were talking about Instagram and how it came along when she was in like later high school, and Instagram is so curated. It's like. Yeah. Somebody takes a picture, but like they've been in hair and makeup for 2 hours, and it's meant to look like, oh, I'm just drinking my coffee. This is how it looks. Right? Yeah. Versus TikTok, which is a lot more like roll out of bed. I got bedhead. How you doing? So we were saying where it's a lot more TikTok has been a little more liberating, and I guess for the people who are on social media a lot more, just saying, like, for me myself, I feel like if I were to move forward on social media in like a more aggressive way, I would be a lot more TikTok versus Instagram, because it's just too polished and it just feels so contrived, which is the dangerous thing.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way, I mean, because they do those poses like.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Over like, like I have mascara down my face from last night, and they're all like, yeah. So, which, we're going to get to.
And you made me think about this. Like, there was a part of me that wanted to post on IG me eating my crab legs that I got from, shout out to the parent support group, special needs support group, who got me a few pounds of crab legs.
Seriously, you guys are awesome. I got some pictures. I got private pictures of that delivery, and that is just so amazing.
Right. That would be like, I don't know if I would put that on social media because the butter and the just saying. That's not
put it on TikTok. So that's the thing. And so let's skip to that, because I think we'll go out of order. I know we always have we go wherever we want to go. It's our show. So let's talk about that, right? So when you don't want to post on Instagram butter dripping down your face. Why?
People don't want to see that.
Well, well, that's your opinion, but I feel like because it doesn't seem to fit the mold, right? It doesn't to fit the style, the vibe of Instagram, like this polished kind of,
right.
And then there's Facebook, right? And Facebook is like, and you gotta love Facebook. Look, we're here and we're getting to talk to you guys over Facebook. So this is, again, I just want to preface this. So like, we're not hating on social media.
No.
I have to really enjoy it. And at 44 years old, I think it's kind of silly how much I enjoy it, but I'm not judging myself. So, but the important thing is you didn't want to put that on because it was like this fear of judgment / I'm not going to get any validation for this, because what do the likes equate to, right? If somebody likes it, we feel validated.
Right.
Like, I got, this person liked it. Oh, that person liked it. It's this very validating experience. But, which is a danger, especially for the kids, which we're going to talk about too.
Yeah.
So in terms of why are we posting? why are we liking? Why are we passively scrolling on our ex-girlfriends or boyfriends? Why are we creeping? You know what I mean? And I think the answer is we're curious. I think that's okay. We can normalize that, right? That's what it's for, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I'd be on the house phone, just talking about like, oh, did you see her hair yesterday? Like we do the same thing.
Now you can see her hair. Yeah. So passive.
I just want to shout out Haley. Haley, happy birthday.
Hi, Haley.
She totally agreed about the TikTok, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And you agree about TikTok. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm definitely more TikTok than anything else.
TikTok.
So consumption, we have the difference. We know how we're consuming. So why is it important, Rashidah? Like, why is it important? Why are we having this conversation? What do you think the kind of driving force was for us to choose this topic?
I mean, I think we both felt that, there's a difference between consumption, or being like, informed about what's going on and then being consumed by it. Yeah. And so when it takes up a lot of your time, right, and again, I just think about like my phone, go out to dinner, the phone is there. Have to, back in the, there was a time where you just ate dinner and there was no phone. Yeah. The kids are sitting at the table with every gadget under the sun, I just feel
it's forcing that to stay plugged in. It's forcing to be connected beyond phone calls or beyond a text message. Like this just gives us something else to kind of escape to. And I think the escape part is what we have to be, we have to be aware of why we're doing this. Are we doing this to escape for a few minutes? Because if that's great.
That is fine.
But when the escape turns into like avoidance, I think sometimes we cross that threshold and we don't even recognize like, hey, I'm here scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And now I haven't really engaged with my husband. I don't feel super connected. My kid is like watching TV without me, so it's personal too, which makes it so hard to kind of, I think it is a case by case basis. We have to know ourselves. We have to know how we're engaging.
Yeah.
Why, how much time, and what we're kind of missing, what we're missing out on possibly by choosing to be on, social media.
Yeah. I think about like, again, for myself, like, just knowing when is it too much? Like, when am I like over consuming? And I know when I forget my phone and I go to the bathroom with it. Why do I need it in the bathroom? Like,
sure.
Who am I looking for in the bathroom? And so I'll take it into the bathroom. And if it's not in the bathroom, I'm like, get in one of my kids. Can you go get my phone? I'm on the potty. And it's just like, that's too much.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely, well, it is for you at that time, but somebody else might, really, that might be their only time to scroll.
That's true too.
So again, it's this like, we have to know ourselves. We have to know how we're engaging, the how, the why. And I think only we can determine, whether or not, how much is too much.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think like, just for, everybody that's on today, like if you were, like if you forgot your phone at home and you already got to work, would you drive all the way back home? And Hilary, this is a great question. Would you drive, or if you got somewhere, would you go back and get your phone?
Well, first, I would definitely take the opportunity to say, Hilary, phone home. And then I would totally go back and get it. Yes, of course I would. I feel naked without it.
Oh,
I definitely feel naked without it. And then also because there's a phone attached to it. There's a phone attached to social media. And like, I feel most comfortable when I know I'm reachable because I'm a wife and a mom and a daughter and a sister, like, and a friend. Like, if somebody needs me, I want to be reachable. So that's the other part of it. So it's the phone that has everything on it. It's like,
but then we think about, there was a time where we didn't have all this, right? And we had kids, you know, and we survived.
100.
There was MapQuest. Instead, when we go back to like the navigation devices,
before MapQuest, there was a map.
There was a map. Do you remember those days?
And then there was a gas station you could pull into and just ask for directions.
Right?
Yeah. So of course, there's been this evolution of technology, and we have become, you know, spoiled by it.
Yeah.
You know, like spoiled to the, you know, if my son loses internet connectivity for like, I mean, it's like he can't even deal. You know, and like, it's just, it's really, it's all consuming. It is right in the palm of our hand. And so, and I just think, you know, the purpose of this, you know, us talking about this is to just kind of shed some light on it. We're not here to shame anybody, or else I'd be shaming myself because I am guilty. It's just to kind of take the temperature, you know, see where we're at, like to ask ourselves these questions, like how much are we engaging? What are we looking at? You know, could we live without it? Like, I feel, you know, you'd think we feel more free if I leave my phone at home. But for me, that's anxiety provoking. That immediately, that puts me in a space of, oh my God, what if? You know, and so for me, it's a safety.
Yeah. And I like how you were saying, like, you know, what is it that you're actually, you know, looking at on social media? There was a time where I would want to know what the celebrities were doing. Jennifer Aniston, who are you with right now? Like, who are you dating? You know, and I was consumed with just who and what their life was and things like that. And I'm just like, you know, then I got to a point, I'm like, really, like, is this what I really want to be knowing? And then I cut that back. I cut down.
Okay. And did you switch to another? Like, did you say, I'm over Jennifer Aniston and now I want to really know about low carb recipes? And like start following.
I don't know if I want to do low carb, but
well, okay.
Yes. I actually started following this woman. She actually, unfortunately, she passed away. And she was just like, she's a chef and just funny. And I just, and that was enjoyable. Like, I enjoyed watching her. She was authentic, you know? And so I feel like that was a nice transition from like, who's dating who to like, she's making some good crab legs with that Old Bay seasoning.
Can't make seafood without the Old Bay.
The Old Bay.
Right? The Old Bay, it's in that little rectangular, isn't it like a red and yellow tin?
Yes. Okay. That's how they sell you the colors, the red and the yellow.
So I know you have some statistics. So let's jump into those for a bit on, you know, social media consumption. What'd you find?
Okay, so 3.2, and I'm reading this. 3.2 billion social media there's 3.2 billion social media users worldwide. 3.2 billion worldwide.
It's crazy. Yeah.
91% of social media is we utilize our mobile devices to get our social media. 90.4% of millennials are active social media users. 90.4%. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And Americans check their phone once every 10 minutes on average.
You know, I want to act like I'm shocked, but like I am really reflecting inward. Right? I'm like, yeah, I do that.
It's just like this kind of, it's there. You just,
I'm feeling a little ashamed. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling a little bit of like shame with that. I know better, but I'm still human.
But then again, what are you checking? Maybe you're checking to see if the school has some issue about you know, or
like he's home. I I feel like I'm checking everything. Like I want to hear what my friends are giggling about. I want to know if the person on Facebook Marketplace accepted my offer on that piece of furniture. I want to, see what's happening in the news. Like, it's just, I want to know. Do you think that's, and this is something that I don't know, like maybe we're onto something. Do you think that the reason why we're consuming so much is that FOMO, like the fear that we're missing something?
I believe that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I feel like that really just made sense for me. Like I feel like I'm missing out, like I'm working and I'm missing out. So therefore I need to check.
Every 10 minutes.
Wow.
Like think about that, like every 10 minutes.
Wow, I'm feeling a social media diet coming down the pipe, girl. This is like eye-opening for me. Wow, once every 10 minutes.
I wanted to bring something else up, bring something up about us that I noticed. So when you text me, okay, so I don't always have I don't always have my phone near me, or the kids have taken it and hid it in a tunnel or something to secretly use it. And then so you'll text me, like it'll be like a question, a question, and then followed by 2 minutes later the question mark. And then I felt like, did I not answer quick enough? Like, was I not near my phone quick enough? Like, I don't know. Do you ever no, don't be sorry.
I do. My brother gets really annoyed with me because he's like, I'll send him a question. And then like 10 minutes. I mean, I think 10 minutes, only because we know everybody really does have their phone. Like you have little ones.
Yes. Yeah.
Different story. But like him, I know he's attached to his phone because 3 seconds ago he posted something on Facebook.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll put the question mark and then he'll write something back like, oh, come on, Hill. Like, it's not attached to me. And then I'm kind of like, bullshit, it is. I know it is.
I know you were on.
Yeah. I'm sorry though. I don't
don't be sorry. I just think it's so funny because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like where was this phone? Like how did I not get the alert?
Yeah.
It's turn the alert off, but that's another.
That's really true. That's like totally impeding and infringing on your time. Like just because I feel like I need the answer. Yeah. You have to drop everything. And I think that is a really good point. I accept that you just called me out on our show. That's okay. I'm all right. I think it's a good thing. I think, you shedding light on that. So to maybe, because it's this instant message that I know you've gotten because it says delivered. And now I'm like, well, where is she? What does she think? Why isn't she answering me?
And then you have the phones, like, it'll say red or I guess depending on your phone. And then it's like, then I get upset with my husband. I'll ask him a question. I'll do, and I'm like, you read it. I saw you read it. You read it and you didn't respond. What is that about? So I'm guilty.
See, so in my defense, because we have different carriers, I know that I don't know when you read it. However, that's none of my business, and I need to back off a little bit.
Oh boy,
so, noted, and I take that in, and that is like misuse, and too many expectations on you. Like, where is she? Am I not the most important thing in her life?
You are the most important thing until my phone is held hostage for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Okay, so again, my apologies.
Oh, you don't apologize. I mean, you have people like Naisha says, "Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed."
Yeah, but I think Naisha was talking about me going back to get my phone, or did you have my back with this? You can tell me. I'll accept. I need some love right now. Hey Cheryl, we missed you there. Hey. So those were the statistics. So how many of you out there can like admit to checking your phone once every 10 minutes? Show us your little hands.
Show us your be proud.
Admit it. And for so many reasons. I'm not going to say it's, to check, if somebody updated a status, but just checking just in general,
Yeah.
Okay. So,
another, just one last stat.
Yes.
IG. 500 million Instagram stories are uploaded daily. 500 million Instagram stories.
Unreal.
Wow.
That's insane. Is it so? Or are we just living in this world? Oh, thank you, Naisha, for being with me on that.
It's like every 5 minutes.
How you doing? So okay, so that's a lot. So there's a lot. We are living in this digital world, right? It's happening. It's all good, wonderful. Fine, we accept it. We're just looking, to provide some information, to challenge ourselves a little. Like, I want to challenge myself here. So, all right, those stats were, I'm not surprised by the millennials, like over 90%.
Oh, yeah.
They came up with it. Millennials are where social media started, I believe, right? With the millennials. Okay.
Yeah. I just want to just let me add really quickly. My 3-year-old daughter asked me a few days ago for a cell phone, and you're laughing about it, but for a quick second, I was just like, maybe she needs a cell phone. I know she is not in school yet, but like me, like there was that split second of like I was entertaining my 3-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
And so it's,
Yeah. Listen, my 10-year-old has one. He has one, he feels more comfortable. He goes on the bus when he's in, he's going on the bus when he was in school. So yeah, listen, that's definitely a thing, that's another, and, and we're actually going to talk about that, about kids. Yeah. So let's talk about the messaging to the brain. We have like a couple of things here. So what does it do? What is it doing? We're constantly consuming this stuff and just giving our brain all of this stimulation, whatever it is, if it's Facebook, social media, watching videos, it doesn't matter. So we're sending this message to the brain. And so we kind of wanted to talk about messaging to the brain, our circadian rhythm, and how it affects our brain / sleep hygiene, how it affects our sleep. So we all know, we've heard enough about the blue light and how, it's nighttime, we're getting ready for bed, we're winding down. Our body already knows this because the sun has gone down. So it's already queued up, to get the melatonin rolling and just to kind of chill down. And then what do? We get into bed, we have our phone or our iPad, and we start scrolling. And so what that does to our brain is it's telling our brain, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's morning time, when really it's not. So this now interrupts now we're messing with the circadian rhythm, right? Rise with the sun, go to sleep with the moon. And so sleep is really affected. I think this comes up for me 15 times a week in sessions with clients, different clients, hey, I'm having trouble sleeping. And we always go back to, all right, well, what are you doing before sleep? Oh, I'm like scrolling on my phone, I'm answering emails, I'm texting, I'm watching TED Talks, whatever. So yeah, Rashidah, let's talk about the sleep hygiene portion of that.
Yeah, and I think of it like almost like, I don't know how people have been to Atlantic City and walked into like, like one of the casinos, and it's almost like, when you have a cell phone at nighttime, it's almost like walking to the casino, it's like, and like everything is just like
overstimulating. Yes. All over the place.
Yeah, but it definitely does, have an effect on us, and just, because I know for myself with regards to sleep, it messes up my sleep. And what happens is, like, I'll go to sleep for a couple of hours and I'll have I'll wake up and I go back to the phone.
Same.
Same. And I'm thinking that I'm tricking myself to think that it's, going to make me tired by scrolling, but it doesn't. I'm up for another good 45 minutes.
I agree. That happens to me usually around the 2:45 to 3:30 mark in the morning. But also what happens to me that I can definitely, I definitely feel is like at night, I'll go to sleep. I will check my text messages for the last time. I'll check my private email for the last time, my work email for the last time. Facebook for the last time, Instagram. And then before you know it, I've been on TikTok just doing this for like hours. I'm seriously, I'm being completely honest, for hours. I did this at 11:30 and now it's like 2 a.m. And I'm like,
where did the time go?
Yeah. And that's the other thing I think happens for our brain too. We lose time. Like we lose time. So it's a big, a big issue. And a lot of us are struggling with that. So, we've talked about sleep hygiene on the show before and just how important it is for, to put the phone away, to not engage with it an hour before bed. And we, Rashidah and I know how hard it is.
We're hard.
Therapists, we're clinicians. We know, however, I'm struggling with it. And I'm struggling completely with it. And my husband gets pissed too. He'll like wake up at 3 a.m. and see me scrolling. He'll be like, babe, you got to sleep. I'm like, I know. Like,
so now I know now I can text you at 3 a.m. because I know you're up. And,
totally.
Like, Hilary, are you up? Are you up?
And they give me a question mark too. Be like,
where are you?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, hey, Tammy. Hey, Allison.
Tammy. Hi, Allison. We got a crew today.
Right.
And then you think about then you go into so how does that affect the next day, right? So your sleep is probably way off. I know I get irritable and funky.
100%. Me too. Me too. I have trouble balancing my rational and emotional mind. I feel much more emotional, like you said, irritable, tired, just not good. So
and I want to pose a question, Hilary, and to everybody out there. So as soon as you wake up, do you go to your phone or do you do other things before you go to your phone?
Well, Rashidah, from the moment I wake up, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I check my phone and I could hide behind, saying, oh, I just want to see what time it is. I don't know what time it is. Yeah, I look right at my phone. What happened overnight? What did I miss? Right. What emails? What this? Instead of doing what I know is good for me and getting, getting my lemon water and looking out the window and seeing what Mother Nature brought us today. I go to my phone. What about you?
I go to my phone. I remember listening to a motivational speaker. I just can't remember his name. It's not coming to me, but he said, just be careful what you take in first thing in the morning. Our brains are really fresh, and so, maybe, suddenly I started altering what I am taking in. Mm-hmm. So I'll do one of those little stretchy things, those little meditation things, just to kind of, not every morning, or I'll listen to motivational speaker.
I fall asleep that way. I fall asleep always listening that way when I fall asleep, but then I wake up at 2:30 and I'm scrolling. That's a really great point because don't forget that dictates the tone for our day. So what if I woke up to an email from one of the insurance companies who and it's a work thing and then that sets us off, that sets the tone, which is why it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, if I will say right now, Rashidah, if we end this show in a kind of challenge, my challenge is going to be whether or not I can give up attending to my phone first thing in the morning. I'm going to see if I could really, other than just check the texts, make sure that, no one called in the middle of the night. We all have family and friends and parents and that kind of stuff. Other than that, I think I'm going to really challenge that. Thank you.
And sometimes, I always say when we take something away, we want to try to replace that, because then we start feeling empty inside. Mm-hmm. So if you can find something that you can replace that with.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Allison just said, Cheryl said she goes to her phone in the morning. Okay. And Allison said, I wake in the middle of the night and I look at my social media because if I don't, then my mind will race with stressful thoughts. So I feel the phone is at least
nonsense and not intense stuff.
Okay. Nonsense. Sorry. I was I had a brain fart on that one. So that's, listen, I think a lot of us, it builds this kind of like anxiety within us. It's again, and Allie, I know you just joined us, but you know, the fear of missing out on something. So yeah, that really speaks to that.
Okay. And then I like, you know, when she said like the nonsense stuff, like, you know, because I can relate to that. Like I'll turn on something really like stupid, you know, like, you know, that I, you know, it's a little stupid, you know, just to kind of bore myself back to sleep, you know.
Okay. Yeah. And so what we're consuming, the content is important too. Yeah. So if we keep it light, that makes a lot more sense.
Whatever happened to a book before bed? Wasn't that a thing?
Oh, I have my little I have my headlight that my mom bought me. I wear it around my neck. I do read. I read to my son. We're in the middle of the Harry Potter book 2. We read that. And then, like I have 3 books on my nightstands, but I just choose the phone. It's not good. Now I'm really judging myself.
Really, you know what? I think of it it's just for me personally. I think of it, it's almost like reality TV, right? I enjoy watching reality TV because it's like you don't know what's going to happen. It's dramatic and stuff like that, as opposed to reading a book, whereas you know, like may not be as dramatic
but it might be. It might be. I hear you. We're kind of. I'm feeling the calling to kind of get back to the basics a little with this conversation. You know, like with hey, I have those 3 books. I'm going to get into one of them. These are just my own personal little challenges.
I'll help to hold you accountable.
Yeah, that's okay. I welcome it. So before like we wrap up, let's just talk about our kids. Like a lot of us listening, our parents, and a lot of us, we've spoken about modeling behavior for our kids and how they're seeing us. If we think we're slick and we're looking on Instagram, we're scrolling on TikTok, we are not slick. They know what we're doing. They know we are sitting at the table and scrolling. They know that it's family time at the TV and we're scrolling on the side. So they pick up this stuff. And so I think it's important, to recognize that we are modeling behavior for our kids and letting them know, right? Our original family culture, the goods, the bads, the rights, the wrongs, the appropriates, the inappropriates. So if we are constantly on our phones, then we're giving them permission. We're telling them it's appropriate. It's okay. So to just be mindful of that. This is not a lecture. We are not here to set the rules in your household, but it's just to just be mindful that not only do we make rules via our mouths, like with words, but if we are contradicting those words with our behavior, then we are basically screwing ourselves. And then for me, I just wanted to say this one thing that I think is really important. It comes up in sessions a lot. This having kids, because if adults are doing this, we know adults are doing this, then kids are doing this. So to just be super mindful and aware that our kids are getting their validation and equating their worth to the amount of likes that they have. And so for me, that is the most dangerous thing, I think. And with my son, and he's, starting to dabble in like, oh, what's TikTok or what's within, but it's that message, that validation. We don't want our kids. I don't want my kid to think that the number of likes he has on a video he posted or the picture of our dog, I don't want him to think that those number of likes equates with his worth.
And that's good that you brought that up because, like I do screening in a psychiatric emergency room. And when we have the level of social media bullying, or again, the likes, or she liked her picture, but she didn't like my picture.
Right.
Or it's just, kids are killing themselves over this.
They are. It is a web. There is a web of they're getting caught in lies. Oh, well, he said he was here, but she posted a video with him. It's like to just please talk to the kids, talk to our kids, and let them know. Yeah, social media can be a lot of fun, but we got to talk about the dark side of it. There is a dark side. And I know, Rashidah, you see it live every week, at the hospital. And listen, it's in the news, unfortunately, all the time. So let's just, we're here to normalize things, to raise awareness on things that parents might not recognize is going on just because not being in the mental health field. So yeah, that is what I wanted to get across before we wrapped. What about you, Rashidah? Anything else?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to just kind of like, just so I want you, everybody, like, just check in with yourself. I wrote a couple of things down. How do you know when it's time to maybe take a break? Right?
To unplug.
To unplug, right?
Yeah.
So here are some things to just ask yourself. Hilary, you can ask yourself this as well.
Oh, I will.
So, are you comparing yourself to others on social media?
Yeah.
Not
out loud. Sorry.
Do you base your value on the number of followers you have?
Right.
Do not enough likes stress you out? Do you feel that you have to check your phone? Like, it's just, you have to. Like, I have to check my phone. I have to. It's like compulsion. Do you feel like you're missing out on life, right? If you're not checking what's going on with, on social media. If you're on social media, are you engaging in negative debates? Like, are you getting caught up in, I've seen some battles.
Great question, Rashidah. Yes, I'm so glad you just touched upon that.
Did you want to add to that?
I want to add, like, I am straight out the school of do not engage. I don't engage anybody on social media. If it doesn't make me smile or giggle, that's it. Unless, God forbid, someone posts about a loss of someone, I will, of course, extend condolences. I do not, the political crap, this COVID, this, that, no. Unless, and I really, no. And if I am posting stuff, it is strictly, lately, it's only to make people laugh or to share my giggles. That's it.
And that's great. But people have real, and again, I'm all looking at it. I'm reading everybody's who's posted what and who's, it's almost like it's like 3:00 and, we're going to fight. And I got these people in my corner and I'm just like, do it already. Like, it's just madness of just the level.
It's also like, why can't this be light and fun? Like, if you're so passionate about something, don't be so anti this. Be pro this, right? It's the same thing, right? We get to choose how we show up in the world. If we're constantly spewing and spitting venom and fighting, what are we calling into our lives? Like, don't be anti this, be pro something else, because being pro something else brings out the good stuff. Yeah. You're inviting this negativity into your lives, really, is what's happening. And it is not pretty. It is not, it's not even, it used to be like in the beginning, it was like fun to watch and those
right.
Like you're just watching and now it's just, I think just because the state of the world, like we just need some more loving. I just feel like, So my clinical and personal feelings on that is just do the best you can not to engage. If you want to have conversations with people, have them. But everybody's entitled to have an opinion. Everybody is entitled to feel the way they feel. And that's it. And at the end of the day, no one, just allow people to be where they're at. Rashidah, you just got really dark. Are you frozen? Rashidah just is dark. I don't know where she went. Is she playing a trick on me? Is she leaving me here alone? Christian, hi. I can't hear you. That's Christian, everybody.
I think something happened with her internet. So, Rashidah, if you can hear us, just leave and come back in, if that's the case.
I'm going to text Rashidah because this is what happens. This is why we're a podcast and we're, not necessarily always on camera. Hold on.
No worries.
Rashidah, go in and come back.
I'm not going to lie. I think she had a blackout. Her lights went out and I think her internet went out.
So then I'm going to, Christian, I'm going to let you do your thing behind the scenes, man. I trust you.
You know that. I got you. You know what I do.
I'm going to keep moving on. So here we go. So basically, if anybody has any questions just regarding or statements regarding what we've been talking about, I think Rashidah and I, she was going to, talk about the benefits of unplugging. And, well, seriously? Okay, so clearly it's whatever will go wrong. Can go wrong, will go wrong. But I'm still here. I'm going to take this away. Here we go. So... is everybody watching and laughing? Please laugh. So good checking questions. Thank you. Yeah, I think Rashidah asking those questions, like just taking that inventory on where we're at, why, what's the driving force behind us that we keep engaging in this stuff, and again, what we value. I am going to... I don't want to do the bowl of no shame without Rashidah. I've never done this before. I think I'm just going to call her. Hold on. Because she's probably freaking out right now. Matt and Tori and Allison are laughing at me. Hey.
Oh my God.
Are you there? It's okay. Well, I have you on the phone because we're still live. So Rashidah's here, everybody. So I said I'm not doing the bowl of shame without you. So here we go. All right, girl. Here we go. All right. The question is to you first. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Stranded on a desert island and you can only bring 5 things. We all know it's going to be crab legs, right? I didn't mute you. So,
so 5 things?
Yep. These are 5 things. The only 5 things you could bring.
Were kids going to be there? Like, I mean, is that like,
no, this is you kid-free on a deserted island.
Oh, okay. Crab legs.
What I say? Okay.
Butter.
Crab legs, butter.
Crab legs, butter. You gotta have butter. You can't like just, crab legs, butter. And I need something to melt the butter. Figure that out.
Well, we can use the sun. You're on a desert island in a coconut shell. Come on, you got to get a little.
Crab legs, butter. My hair pick.
Your hair pick.
I'll be rocking out, and that.
Yeah.
And how many more?
You have crab legs, butter. You have 2 more. 5 things.
Oh my gosh, I don't like to read books, so that's out. Music. I want music.
Oh, music.
90s music.
90s music. Okay, and what else? One last thing.
And lighting.
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 Like a fire? Stuff to make.
No, lighting. Like fish. Lighting.
What is? She's bringing whiting, which she's going to take me to go taste. So maybe I just don't know about it. So Rashidah is bringing a lot of fish, a lot of shellfish and butter and a hair pick and music and whiting. Okay. Well, to you it is, baby. I'm with you. I hear you, but I am giggling. Okay, so for me, stranded on an island, 5 things I'm going to bring. Sunscreen, because I am like the whitest person. I'm so white, I'm blue. So I need some sunscreen. Sunscreen. This is hard. Chocolate. That's not hard. Sunscreen, chocolate. Maybe like a phone that is always charged so I can talk to everybody and play music and see what's happening on Instagram and TikTok. And then what else would I bring? Oh, probably like moisturizer for my hands because I can't live without that. Yeah, like just moisturizer and I don't know, some kind of snacky poo. I guess an endless supply of what would be a good I don't know. I feel like it has to be food. You're stranded on a desert island.
Well, don't ask me.
Yeah, it's not going to be whiting and crab legs. I'll tell you that. I would go with like something plain that I won't get bored of, like cookies, like some kind of chocolate chip cookies.
You love the sweets.
I do love the sweets. Okay, so those are my 5. Guys, thank you, Naisha. Yeah, anything can happen with podcasting. All right, Rashidah, TV crush, actor, actress.
Okay, you're up.
Oh, me first? Okay.
Well, yeah.
TV crush. Oh, this is hard. There are so many. All right, so it's a tie for first place in the actor department. Number 1 definitely goes to Milo Ventimiglia and Joe Manganiello.
Okay.
2 men with the hardest last names to say, but I got them. I say it right. And female crush would be, well, she's not really on TV. Oh, yeah, she is. She's in The Mandalorian, Gina Carano. I think I said something like that before. Okay, you go.
I think you did.
Yeah, but now she's on a show.
My male crush is Denzel Washington. I mean, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Denzel
Yes.
never ages.
Yeah.
Shout out to Denzel. If you want to come on the podcast, you're always welcome. Always.
She's like, Denzel, call me. Okay, go ahead.
I loved you in Training Day. And then Taraji Henson. I love her.
Oh, she's amazing. Yeah, she's incredible. Taraji Henson from Empire, right?
Yeah, and you know she has a Facebook Live now on mental health, like bringing awareness to celebrities, and their mental health.
Taraji, call us. That's amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
Her issues with bipolar and stuff like that. So
fantastic.
Beautiful platform.
Amazing. Yes. Oh, good. Okay. Well, we're on here. So yeah, that's the show. I can't believe we ended this way, but we get through it because the show must go on. So this just completed episode 18 and season 1 of Not Okay, It's Okay. We will be back in a few weeks with season 2. We're lining up some really cool guests for the show, and we're adding that element to season 2, which we're super excited about. And we have some really cool collaborations coming up with other people, and so we're just going to take some time to do the paperwork in the background, get some stuff set. In the meantime, please, like anything else, go and tell people about us and ask them to go download us on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. Where else? What else am I missing? You can email us, Apple Podcasts. You can email us with any ideas that you have for future shows. We are listening. We are, and that is at notokayitsokay@gmail.com. Other than that, thank you.
And if you know a celebrity who would like to come on the show, send them our way.
Seriously, so Rashidah said if anybody knows a celebrity, send them our way. Okay, so that is all for us today. All right, so thank you guys. Thanks for listening, and we will see you back in a few weeks for season 2. Until then, take care of yourselves. Rashidah, what else did you want to say?
Happy Valentine's Day early.
Bye, everybody.
The Not Okay, It's Okay podcast includes casual conversations related to mental health, self-care, practical tips and resources, along with validation that not being okay is okay. You acknowledge and agree that the following warnings and disclaimers shall apply to all of our content.
This podcast represents the opinions of Hilary Scheer, LPC, and Rashidah Cartwright, LCADC, and their guests to the show. The information provided is for informational purposes only, and we recommend that you consult with a healthcare professional for medical or mental health advice.
The views and opinions expressed in the Not Okay, It's Okay podcast are our own and do not represent that of our places of work. Do not use our content in lieu of professional advice given by qualified medical or mental health professionals. Always seek the advice of your own medical mental health provider related to your specific medical or mental health condition prior to implementing any recommendations or suggestions from using our content.
Privacy is of great importance to us. That being said, all people, places, and scenarios mentioned in the podcast have been changed to protect patient confidentiality.